Welcome everyone to an arena video. I'm Andrea Mengucci, and this video is sponsored you by Wizards of the Coast and channelfireball.com.
Or you say good night if it's not, probably good evening, right? Alright, my command has been set up and I am ready to play. You go first. I keep. Alright, let's start at good old 03 to get things started. What are we playing against? Ooh, Breeding Pool. Llanowar Elf. Alright, so I need to use the spreadsheet as always. Alright, what I'm gonna play a Dan to Vanguard. I'm not sure if Deputy was worth it, but it might. It might just be worth it. Alright, spreadsheet of so many results already. Jailer Ranger. Alright, it's fine by me. So I am Andrea. I am playing mono white. I am playing against Sultai, looks like. I was on the play and I'm ranked diamond for hopefully the very last day. Alright, let's go with Glacial Fortress. Now a couple of options. I can go Deputy on like this Llanowar Elf, or I can just cast a Benalish Marshal. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hold the Deputy and Conclave Tribunal for a hostage taker if my opponent goes for it. Hostility. The hostility. Alright, opponent, what's gonna do? Oh, it's attacking with the Jailer Ranger. So they wanted me to block with this number sentry, but I'm not gonna bait. I'm not gonna be a baiter. Not gonna bait, and I'm just gonna take 3 damage. And from there on, I also want to check how's my YouTube doing, because I was away for the weekend. Alright, I put in not play. Oh, they did play a second land. Alright, so let's go for another Benalish Marshal, and I'm gonna just attack with all. Alright, subscribers are not really coming up in the YouTube channel. I don't know. What am I supposed to do here? I want to see how.
Welcome everyone to an arena video. I'm Andrea Mengucci, and this video is sponsored you by Wizards of the Coast and channelfireball.com. This is just the reason why.
That's a nice intro. That's a nice intro that I and my editor mainly popped up. By the way, once again, guys, I mean there's only 14 of you right now, so maybe it's better if I remind it later. But I do have a YouTube channel with, like, 30 minutes, no, an hour minute videos, which I think are pretty, I don't know, pretty entertaining at least. Alright, so there's a Jailer Ranger over here, and I have 7 permanents. I cannot get into the Sirius Blessing now. So things that I could do is Deputy Detention this Jailer Ranger, and then just die straight up to a fine finality, but I don't think I can ever beat that, right? So things that I could do are Deputy of Detention. I mean, I'm gonna just go Deputy on the Jailer Ranger. And then just hope to... I mean, I could even just go for face. And I hope they don't have it. It's like they go down to 3, and then if they don't have fine finality, they just put a bunch of creatures. They do have a removal spell. Yeah, I'm gonna just go for face here. Whatever. I mean, if they find a Wild Growth Walker, it might also be it. Version 1. Got here early. Hello, Gatsmon48. Don't find a Wild Growth Walker, Vivian, please. The Founder of Woodland Cemetery, that's also a bad sign, because that might mean a fine finality. And there it is. There it is. Maybe if I kill Vivian, they don't have a 6th land. I mean, who knows? How can you pretend? How can you have 6 lands? The 6 cards, and you're not gonna play around them needing Vivian to look for a day. You know what I mean? Alright, still not over yet. Just gonna play a bunch of dudes and hope they're not gonna put into play 3 creatures. They're just gonna put like, I don't know, 1 Carnage Tyrant, and then they're dead. But your War Prison Leader Channel Fireball. Meanwhile, yeah, the deck is great, isn't it? The deck is definitely great. Alright, I think this is it. I'm gonna also turn on the light. It's a very dark morning outside. We need light despite, you know, it's very early in the morning. Yep, over here, we're dead. It's too bad, because their opponent is on 1. Too bad, though, but we had a couple of options. Like, I think if we kill Vivian over Jade Light, we cannot attack with all, because they have a Jade Light. So, you know, it gets complicated. So I think you just have to jam and hope. And hope, but unfortunately it didn't go through. Yeah, so guys, yeah, again, on channelfireball.com is my website that sponsored me. I recorded with Modern, which is like very, very strange for me. And I did do a video with a deck that I played last weekend on the GP. It's a very, very fun deck. It's a War Prison. It's very, very fun. It's very, very fun. People think that, you know, it might be boring, etc. But I look at the game. It's so fun. The games are like so complicated and interactive, and like literally everything. It's like a super. All right, this is a 1-lander on the play. You shouldn't be keeping them, but we do have basically everything we need in order to win a game of Magic. I'm gonna try. I mean, it's not really a try. It's more like, you know, lose keep. But I think it's fine. We'll play 20 lands. And we do have Legion's Landing. Like, even if we don't hit land drop, we might really still be in the game. But yeah, I really had, like, for me, I have fun playing Magic when a game. Wow, I'm so good over here. All right, what I'm gonna do here? I can go Dent of Vanguard, and then next turn I can go Landing Dauntless Bodyguard. That'll be just 4 creatures, so I cannot go Venerate the Loxodon. Instead, if I go like this, next turn I can go Venerate the Loxodon. If I draw land, I can still go Adanto plus Loxodon. So I think I'm gonna go for it. I'll go Dauntless Bodyguard, protect my Bodyguard, and then play Legion's Landing. Hello, Pool 8HS. Let me read what you said. Hey there, Raid. I was wondering what's your opinion about this topic. How gradually improve Magic as a beginner? All right, that's a very, very tough question. The first way, I mean, I'm gonna tell you my story because, you know, everyone has their own story. My story was that I was just, you know, a child playing the card game that we all love. And basically, thanks to the internet, I mean, internet wasn't as big as it is right now. It was like 2009, 2010, etc. But thanks to the internet, there was like this group of people, okay? And I got to like talk to them every time, you know, improve, listen to them. So the main way, I think today, in a way of like, where every website is just insane, like Channel Farm and Star City Game and TCG Player, they just share so many informations. And on Twitch, you can find every single moment of the day an MPL player level streaming and asking those kind of questions. It's like, the information is out there. If you really want to learn, you can just listen and do what they do. And like, you know, start learning. As much as you go to school, like, how do you get better at school? You just learn. You just listen and learn. And Magic, while it's a game, it's a very complicated and hard game. So really, you know, the good players know way more than the not good players. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the new player knows infinitely more than a beginner. If a new player sits on a draft table, you know, with 7 beginner, they have a 99% of going 3-0. Like, what I mean is, you can really learn a lot with like watching and learning, and I think that's the way of getting better at this game. All right, unfortunately here I didn't draw a second art, a 2 or like even a 1 drop, which is pretty annoying, pretty bad. And then I'm gonna get in for damage. I know that I could have a light up the stage, but usually they block because I can just follow it up with a pipe picker or whatever. Hello, Jay Samt. I got off the phone. Did I miss any Bilbao stories yet? No, you can just be the first one asking. I mean, I had a internet was pretty big, yeah, but like not Magic Twitter. Like for me, Twitter didn't exist For me, streaming didn't exist. For me, Channel Fireball article didn't exist because I was not speaking in English or like, reading in English. Like I was, but like I'm not able. I was not able to like carefully read greatly an article like I can do it today. Like totally fully understand an article like I can do today. So what I mean is. That my Italian story is that I just basically learned everything I could from like Samuele Stratti, which is like a PT champion, but it wasn't a PT champion at the time. That was like one of the best players from Italy, and like other great pillar of the Italian community that just shared with me all the information at the beginning, and then I just got into other teams, Siggy, Ben Friedman, and then from there my career took off. But mainly it's like It was like that. I think playing real is someone good at... Yeah, exactly. Playing real helps, but I couldn't really play real because in my area no one plays Magic. No one played Magic. Alright, so opponent has land experimental frenzy. We don't have an answer for that. We don't even have a blue source if we draw deputy, so let's just wish we don't draw deputy. Best way is usually to double spell, but if I play Easter Banal, I cannot play another spell. I could play Tidethicker Lockstone, that's also pretty good. That's the only way I can double spell this turn. Actually, I cannot do that. I lied. Alright, so maybe I'm just gonna go History of Benalia here. Just basically snowball the game with two History of Benalia. It doesn't matter if opponent goes Frenzy. If we just attack for a lot, we can probably beat that. So Petrify asks, do you think it's harder to be the best at the game now because everyone can watch and learn? No. People will still be busy with their job, their life, and etc. There's not gonna be that many players that can dedicate enough time to the game. And this game really requires a lot of time, You can't just say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna just play it 20 hours a week. You cannot do it if you wanna pursue like a life of like studying and like, working and etc. So, if you're dedicated to that, I think you can do it. Alright, so I have 5 lands. Now, things that I can do are just attack for 4 first. Maybe I can just play a bit on Marshall, then I have 2 mana left. Attack for 4, and then play Loxodon. I think I'm gonna do that. So, I'll play Banalish Marshall, attack for 5 now, and then I'll play Venerate Loxodon. Like, really, like, all this little thing, like, you might just watch a stream and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm just watching the stream because I'm, like, not doing breakfast, and I watch the stream. But you can just learn so much, because, like, this sequencing was not easy. I'm not saying that I did it perfectly, but at least I did it reasonably, Like, the history last turn was not that easy. So there's a lot of little things that you can just get better at. Like play Banalish Marshall a 4/4. It's very important against red. Like, you don't want to just top 3 mana, play Banalish Marshall, pass the turn. You want to make it at least at a 4/4, so that they don't just 1-for-1 it, Let's say it was a 3/3, opponent could have killed it, and now they have to just waste, 3 resources on it. There's all these little things. Who would win in a fight between you and Mattia? That's tough, but I don't think that'll ever happen, because we are very good friend. That me and Mattia shared 2 War Magic Cup top 4. That's pretty funny. So this year and last year, last year and the year before, me and Mattia made the top 4 of the War Magic Cup together. And both of the times we went out in top 4 because we were playing together. First time against Belgium, second time against Japan, and we didn't play at best. I think if each of us were playing single, we would have won the game. But since we were together, I think we've lost that game. So we have a lot of regrets. Both of the years, always like, we should have played better. We could have done that. We could have done this. So yeah, me and Mattia always are sharing, I think for the rest of our life, the feeling of like losing in the semifinals for 2 years in a row together, 2 games that we maybe could have won. So I think we will just be bonded together by this like feeling. How do you feel about War Prison now compared with before the tournament? Do you like it more or less? So JSam, before I never played the deck in real life. In real life, the deck is much better, I think, than online. Because online, people can go look at what the deck does. Whereas in real life, people just don't really have a clue. So you get a lot of edge there. Weird Prison was very good. So I threw away 2 games by misplaying. Because I'm not very familiar with the deck. I kind of brain farted one point. I was like, all right, I just need to put this cloister bottle on top of my deck with the Academy Ruins end of turn, and then I untap a play, then I'm locked, and then I just untapped and drew, and I just forgot to put a card on top of my deck with the Academy Ruins, so I just lost the game there immediately. I was like, all right, you know, this game, you know, I'm a GP and I'm just, you know, brain farted and I lost the game because of it, and that's gone. And one game was that. The other game, I didn't took a line that would have won me the game. It's not really a punt, but like there was a line that would have won me the game that turn. You know, established the lock for sure, and I just low rolled it, and my opponent drew the Thoughtseize to take my bridge, and then I was like, you know, all right, now, you know, my main plan is gone, which like also didn't help, of course. And the other game was the Summoner's Pact game. I don't know if you read it on Twitter, but my opponent played Summoner's Pact for Telestrucker, then played a land, put the dice on the deck to remember to play the Pact, and made a clue. Then at the end of my turn, my opponent cracked the clue, drew a card, and then forgot to put the dice back on the deck. And then untapped, and went to grab their deck, and to draw a card, like they untapped, and they was just drawing the card, and I'm like, wait, you have to pay for Pact. So I reminded them to pay for Pact, because, you know, because basically, and then from there, they paid the Pact, and the turn after they played Shatterstorm, and I lost. So how the game would have gone was that my opponent would have played Shatterstorm that turn. You can call the judge there, put the Summoner's Pact on the stack, and then win the game. Which is like kind of awkward, but that's how it works. So basically, my role, I think, at the GP is to just, you know, interact with people, interact with the fans if they want to take a picture with me. Which, by the way, there was a lot of you guys. Like at this GP, way more than other GPs. So it was pretty great there. You know, just be like an ambassador of the game, just be an MPL player playing at the GP, and etc. So it was not just, you know, a person wanting to win at all costs, which is what you, if you go to the GP, should do. Because if you want to qualify for the PT, you need to, you know, straight to the rules and want to win the game inside the rules. So that's what I should have done. But so basically, there was the 3 matches that I could have won that I lost. I won X5. Then there's nothing I could have done against the Humans and Burn, so I lost against them. I went X5. It was a very good tournament. I played a side event popper at the end of the GP, which was pretty great, cause like every single my opponent made me sign their playmat and ask for a picture after like after we played, which was definitely a great interaction that I really rarely. Not rarely, but like it happens, but like not this often, you know. All right. Despite I said I don't want to play Marshall when I'm not like protecting it from a 3-mana burn spell, I think I'm gonna do it now because I'm just gonna be mana efficient here. Next turn I can play Legion's Landing and I just make a token out of it. Not gonna attack with this because this is first strike. Well, I need to open Deckmaster. I'm not gonna read too much of the chat because I have a lot of stories to say. I was so sad when you had to play Australia. Someone who's Australian with an Italian background want to both win. I don't understand. Petrify. What did you say? I think you're gonna play Mastergate today. No. I only play good deck. Sorry. All right. So my opponent killed the Banish Marshal as supposed. So I'm gonna play Legion's Landing, and now I think I'm gonna just chump attack with something. Oh, that's a miss. Alright, 1 second. I should have played land first. Now, unfortunately, I was supposed to just play land first so this could fly. You could, in real life, just attack with all, flip this, and then with a bit on the stack. Sorry, before blocks, you can make a token to get Legion, to get Cetus Blessing. But unfortunately, on Arena, I don't think I can do it, or like, no, I should have put the stop first. So I think I got. Congrats for the results at the GP Bilbao. I mean, it's just top 100. It's not that good, but yeah, it was still a great experience. I would enjoy just do it again. Yeah, now I'm losing this Camarch Aspirant, which kind of sucks. since I could have made it fly. No. I'm not regretting it. I'm not regretting it. I don't regret calling the judge. No, what's that? Yeah. I just I would have done it again because that's my position, but I don't think I don't think a player that like pays 500 euro to go to a GP should not take free wins like that if their goal is just to qualify for the PT and so on and so forth. Our opponent has a 2-1 first strikers, which unfortunately I kinda cannot beat, so I need to just play this and pass. But that is just turn on full control. Yeah, I really want to play. I mean, I've wrote the article. I've wrote a very long article actually for We're Prison, which should go live, one of these days. And I'm just gonna play One Forge for sure. I just already bought it on MKM. Oh, in the World Cup. Oh yeah. Australia against Italy. Yeah, the Australians kind of punted hard there in the top 8. I always enjoy. Oh no. Oh, you mean like this year? Sorry, I thought you meant like a couple of years ago. The Australians. It was pretty good. So here, look at this. Check this out. I'm gonna play this land because wait. I'm gonna go full control here. So I'm gonna go attack with all, and then I'm gonna float the mana with Adanto. This is one of the rare cases where Adanto gains mana and it's relevant. Because this one flips. So I put on full control, so I attack with all. Now that flips. Now this adds white. Now that resolves. And then this flips. I choose the new one, of course. And I can make a token. Because of the float mana. So, this is one of the rare cases where the 2 Legions landing are relevant. Sometimes you just, whatever, I'm just going to throw this Legions landing because they don't matter. But this is one of the rare cases when keeping the landing in hand, it's relevant. Yeah, I asked them to just put it on because there's an article coming up and I referred to the video a little bit. So I just said, you know what, if you can, just put on the Word video, that'll be nice. Did you play against Affinity Frenzy? Oh yeah, I did play 2 times. And you know what I did? I know what I did one time. It's so funny. When I played Frenzy, I had 2 Wear in my hand. So with Frenzy on the stack, I Wear for Cage, for Grafdigger's Cage. So they were locked out of playing spells from the top of the deck. And then I untapped and I played Wear for Sorcerer Spyglass, naming Frenzy. At that point, my opponent was locked out of playing any single spell for the rest of the game. And that's like the funniest interaction ever. And that just happened. And I'm like, wow, this is insane. Yeah, I shouldn't have talked with Banash Marsha because now this first strikes and whatever, but yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Once I saw the line, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be epic. And yeah, I think that was because it's not really rare that you get to just basically stop your opponent from ever casting any spell for the rest of the game, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's like if I have an emblem that says your opponent cannot play a spell. You could have also just have spent them on. Yeah. All right. So they have Frenzy, but are they dead on board? Yeah, they are. All right. They just had the quest of playing some spells. All right, we're just 2 games away from Mythic. Let's get there. Never been Mythic on Arena yet, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, more Bilbao stories you asked me. Maybe I missed some questions in the chat. Sorry, I just had I talked a lot so far, so maybe I missed something. If you asked me something and I didn't answer you, you just ask me again, and I'm gonna read it now because it's a little bit more quiet now, the chat. But yeah, more Bilbao stories. So Bilbao, I've been to. It was the same location as the PT. PT last year was in Bilbao, and me and Davir made the top 8, if you remember, with humans. And it's not actually Bilbao; it's Baracaldo. So it's funny that I've been to Bilbao airport twice, but never in Bilbao. It should be a nice city. I mean, every street in Spain is pretty great. Spain is kind of like Italy, right? It's not you're not gonna find a like I think a very bad city. Place is just super nice. All right, opponent should be on gates, and we have the Deputy of Attention and the blue mana. It kind of feels like a combo. Hello, Mishra Hahad. So yeah, opponent did not have a land. That's usually a good sign. Alright, so I got a couple of options. I think I'm gonna just go Oyster Open Island because that's just the best way of just getting in. So yeah, basically I arrived on Friday. I spent the whole Friday just looking at vendors, every single vendor in depth. I really love to buy cards, and I just really want to just, see if I miss something, if I wanted to just get a cool version of my deck. Alright, so we got a couple of options. The first one is to cast Deputy of Detention and Dauntless Bodyguard. So if opponent sweeps me. But I also want to just play Surf Bonita and probably Bodyguard with Allegiance Landing Land. I think I'm gonna do that. So I have 4. Yeah, so I'm gonna play History first so that this one becomes a larger boy. And then I'll attack with all for a bunch of damage. That flips, and then I'll play Dauntless Bodyguard so that I can protect my... what do I want to protect? Probably my Knight, since that beats for 2 more in the next 2 turns. And if they don't have a Gates Ablaze, I'll just win here. I'm gonna do that. I don't care if my opponent draws a card with the Guild Summit. I prefer Portugal for vacation. I've never been to Portugal. I have to admit that. I went to Spain 20,000 times. I actually going to Spain tomorrow because I'm gonna go to Valencia where I playtest with Javier and Beatriz for the Mythic Invitational. But I have never been to Portugal. But I'm sure Portugal is as great as Alright, do they have the Gates Ablaze? Or even the Clarion does it. They do have Gates Ablaze. Alright, so let's sacrifice this. Let's get our Knight indestructible. If you want to play against a Wrath effect, Easter of Benalia, it's a pretty cool way. Actually, no, a pretty reasonable way to play around that. So I can go Banalish Marshal here. And I could go Conclave Tribunal on the Guild Summit, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I shouldn't. I don't know, should I? Because this one just makes them draw a card. If they play Sir Kuiro's Route, they draw another card. I guess since I have a Deputy in my hand, it's not that unreasonable to just go for it. I'm gonna do it. My girlfriend is dying to go to Spain for just... Yeah, Spain is really a nice place. I went with my girlfriend, I don't know, at this point 3 or 4 times. Alright, I lost everything. 2 Gates Ablaze are not very easy to fight, but we are doing our best here. I just drew another History of Benalia. Opponent's on 10. We have an Adanto. I have faith. You like Canarias Island? Yeah, but that's just basically like Hawaii. It's not really... Okay, this is the reason why I decided to kill the Guild Summit. Sir Cruz's Route. How long does it take to get to Spain? From Bologna, it's 2 hours. Bologna Valencia is 2 hours. There's just the direct flight from my Ryanair. Ryanair, low fares, blah blah blah. I had that anti-G arena to toppers by default. Yeah, but like I couldn't activate it, so what am I? Again? Come on. Sure. I couldn't activate the Adanto, so whatever. I hate things. Alright, 1-1 is in. Our Racer of Bonada didn't do that much work, but our opponent might just be flooded. Alright, do we even have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we do have see, it doesn't top Adanto. We don't have sorry, we do have a City's Blessing. Not that it matters, because this one just gets flying. I only stream in English, yes. Later this year I'm going to be in Bologna for 1 day. Where should I get lunch? Ooh, I don't know. Sorry. I'm not really from Bologna. I lived in Bologna 2 years for studying, but I'm from like southern Bologna. Another Wrath effect? Wow, this guy really hates creatures. Mr. C. Gauss just hates creature. What if this guy's paired against Esper? What's gonna do with, like, these draws? Alright, let's get a token. I mean, despite our 4th draft, we're getting in there thanks to our down to the first 4th. Well, actually, now that I think about it, we had City's Blessing from, like, super early in the game because of the Snubber Sentry, so we didn't need to hit City's Blessing again. That's how City's Blessing work. Missed attack. Did I miss an attack? Yes, I did. Alright, opponent's gonna draw 4 cards. And usually I'm packing it up, but this deck maybe just draws 4 gates. It's easy. This deck is easy against Esper. I don't think it's easy. I mean, if it was easy, everyone would have played this deck because, like, it's kind of great against creatures. If it is against Esper as well. Remember, if someone doesn't always play a deck, like, if something, what I mean is, if no one plays a deck, at this point, wow, I drew 4 cards. Alright, I'm done. Good game, Gates. Good game, Gates. Guild Gates. I don't remember if we were gonna play on the draw. We probably weren't to play, and we lost. Alright, so 3 away from Mythic. Yeah, that says Esper never wins. That's what I think as well. I just bet it's with Esper, yes. I'd rather have more of our home food, stew, delicious smoked meals. What are you talking about? Mishrad? It's easy to solve too. You just need to add a prayer logic. Oh, the kappa wasn't even needed? Oh, sorry, Dirk. Yeah, it's not that easy to understand jokes on the internet, is it? Like, how am I supposed to understand a joke if I can't see the face, the expression, the sound of your voice, you know? In Italy, we're used to that because, like, you do a lot of, like, faces and, like, sounds with voice. So it's like, if you're talking with someone, you understand easily if they're joking or not. But on the internet, it's pretty hard. So you need to use a kappa. Ooh, Casadei Luca. Hello, Casadei Luca. Playing against Luca Casadei, one of the finest Italian Magic player. GP champion. GP Moscow champion. I was praising Croatian food over Italian food. How can you, Mishra? I have a lot of Croatian food when I go to Croatia. Every summer I go to Croatia. Every summer since I was a kid, basically. So, like, for like 15 years, 20 years, I don't know. I've been to Croatia. And yeah, really like it. Really like it. Very nice place. I like cevapcici and raznici for sure. Also, there's the sauce. What's called the sauce? Like pepper, like red sauce with pepper. If you tell me the name, I'm gonna exactly say, but I don't know. Ivar, yeah. How do you say Ivar? Yeah, Ivar. Yeah, that's also good. Yeah. Also, I think that we all love when we go to Croatia is the morning. I don't remember. How do you say bakery? No, Mesnica is a butcher. Yeah, actually, I wasn't there last. I've been there basically every year, but did not go last year because last year I was playing some Pro Tours. I remember. Alright, I'm gonna just cast all my hands. If they have a Kaya's Breath, I lose, whatever. And I think I'm gonna just not tap this Tide Taker. The reason why I'm not tapping this Tide Taker is that I want it to attack Kaya. Because, you know, it's still a Planeswalker and it's still annoying, so I don't want to just enlarge my Loxodon if they just kill my Elan Knight. If that Kaya's Wrath, I lose. If they have a -2/-2, I don't lose because I still have 4 creatures around. Pekara. Yeah, Pekara. Pekarna. Isn't it Pekarna? I thought it was Pekarna. Yeah. So, like, every morning we just wake up and just go to the Pekara and just get all the great bakery and basically eat that through the whole day. So yeah, very, very nice. Also the sea. So I live in Senigallia near Ancona, which is like literally in front of Croatia. So we are sharing the same sea, but on our side there's sand and the water is like short, super short. Like you can walk for like hundreds of meters and still touch. Whereas in Croatia you have like this super deep water. Ooh, that's a great draw. You have like this. It's a great draw, especially because my opponent does not have a Kaya's Wrath. You have this super deep water, and the water is like super clean. So there's that. That's like the biggest difference between our beach and your beach. So like in our beach, you can just play games, like play volleyball, play soccer game, and whereas in Croatian beach, you can just you're very limited on things you can do, right? Like you cannot play games because it's not really a beach. It's just concrete basically. All right, we defeated Esper. Basically, the matchup against Esper is like cross fingers, don't draw Kaya's Wrath, and you win. It's pretty funny, but like it's like that. Some games you can just play around, even Crave the Carnarium, as you saw in this game. So yeah, 2 games to go for Mythic. Will we get there? Alright, we don't have a 1-drop, which is kind of awkward, but I guess this deck only plays 16. You can play way more if you want to play Wild Weenie. Alright, your opponent goes first. We got a 7 hand. Let's go. Okay, Dante's Bodyguard. So this is the mirror match. Oh, wait, we drew a 1-drop. Great. So on the draw against Weenie. Not many mono reds today, just a couple, and we defeated both of them. Wow. We defeated 2 mono reds today with this deck. Kaya's Wrath ban. Yeah, that's how Magic player nowadays deals with cards they cannot beat. They just ask for banning. They don't only ask for banning, they get really upset if Wizards doesn't listen to them. That's the difference. Alright, I'm fine with this trade. I don't have a Venerate the Locks, and I
want to a new legacy video.
Only cans with the 1-0s. Alright, I get there. I get that. Yeah, Mr. Ronnie. I wasn't relying to you. I was just saying how now people are just calling for ban every single time a deck just wins a little bit more than someone else. Alright, now I kind of regret the fact that my opponent that I traded, because I would have got 2 Deputy of Detention. Now I don't want to attack, because that would just block here. So I'm just waiting for a 3rd creature to flip landing, or just to draw Luxodon. Don't worry, call me camps. Don't worry. Next time. Yeah, not only ban decks that beat me. Oh, we could have got so many creatures. But also ban decks that I don't own. I think that's the main reason why people want to ban decks in Modern. Because they don't own them. So they're like, you know what? I don't have any deck with Faithless Looting. Let's just ban them. Who cares? Who cares? Whereas if you own, let's say if you've purchased like 200 euros or even more, cards are very expensive now, 200 euros or more of cards, then you definitely don't want them banned. So basically that's exactly how Modern player asked for ban. Everyone was asking for KCI ban, of course, because no one had the cards and no one knew how to play the deck. So of course you have to ban it, right? But now with this new deck, the only people that are asking for bans are exactly the people that don't have the cards. That's what I perceived. Alright, I can just trade. What if I just trade these 2 for this? Am I gonna lose if I make this trade? Probably. I mean, it's not a great trade. I'm gonna hold this Tribunal. It's pretty bad to Tribunal the Banana because they Tribunal back. I think I'm fine. If they want to trade, I mean, it's still a 2-for-1, right? So yeah, why not just get in? The fact that they can't double block this doesn't make me want to attack though. If I double block this, they take 8. 8 is not that much though. Let's just attack with only these. I mean, I need to flip the Legion's Landing. Yeah, I know, Ronnie, you're joking. Don't worry. I'm just saying what I perceived at GP Bilbao. Everyone was like, "Ooh, Phoenix, five faithless loading decks in the top 8. They should definitely ban it. What do you play, Tron? Oh, I understand. Ooh, no, you shouldn't ban them because what do you play? I play Dredge. Oh, okay, I understand. I basically did that for a pretty long time at the GP, and every time someone was asking for a ban, they were not playing the cards. And every time they were asking for a ban, they were playing the card. It's kind of funny, right? Isn't it? The fact that the cards are so expensive in Modern just makes me hate to see bans and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean... Okay, so my opponent enlarged their creature with unbreakable formation. Wouldn't hate to draw a bit of attention here, just get these 2 knights and just win the game on the spot. So if I go Conclave Tribunal on a token, and then the fact that the dividend is 3/3 kind of makes me, and then I attack with all. How do they block? They can't really double block this, because if they double block this, they're super dead. So I think I have to do that, right? So I'm gonna play Dauntless Bodyguard, partner it with a Banalish Marshal, because they're likely to just trade here. Make a token. Play this Allowed Fountain, untapped. Play this Conclave Tribunal by tapping the Summon and Sickness card. 1, 2. Exile a Knight and then right-click attack with all, because if they double block this, they're super dead. Alright, this Deputy of Attention did a very good work. Yeah, it's gonna be my attacks. And if they block here, I just sacrifice a Bodyguard. I'm not sure if they're dead. No, they aren't. But yeah, they concede because like we put them in a position where there's nothing much they could have done. So yeah, good game and great show up for Deputy. 1 game away from Mythic, guys. Yeah, thank you, Kevin422. Yeah, this game was pretty good. I'm kind of hyped for some reason, so I'm just playing pretty well. Because, I don't know, I haven't been streaming for, since Friday. I can enjoy streaming, interact with the chat, tell stories, make fun of people. That's just basically my brand, just make fun of people and enjoying the games. Obviously in a good way, I really, really like. Whenever I play this, with friends, it's pretty good. Alright, so we have this Ochre Island that's like awful, and you're like, Andrea, why are you playing islands in your Dauntless Bodyguard deck? Sorry, in your Banalish Marshal deck. And I'm like, well, that might be a mistake. But we also have 3 Deputy and only 8 sources. Feel a little bit later. It's making fun in a good way, come on. When I play against Javier or Marcio, I enjoy, making jokes. Alright, playing against Esper, but this time, that was a good draw. We really needed a white land to just keep on the dream of turn 3 Banalish Marshal. Yeah, Island's not great, but hopefully it's not gonna hurt us too much. And that was the classic search for Ascanta, get the Chemisters inside out, which is like pretty funny. Alright, do they have a cry? Don't cry, please. Don't make me cry. On the draw against Esper, it's very, very tough. Okay, I'm fine with that. Man, it's just 4 good spells, so... Like yesterday, we play tested, and I found out that you can't set Borderlands in Arena. What do you mean, petrify? That's strange. If you put a card in your sideboard, you can. It's a visual bug. Oh, okay. That's weird. I mean, I'm certain that they're gonna fix it. Ooh, Deputy. Look at my boy, Deputy of Detention, right here. I'm gonna hold it because, Central Ascanta is not really that threatening right now. It's just a, not threatening. Alright, I got rid of Conclave Tribunal, which is strange. Kind of makes me feel like they have the Teferi. Mainly, they don't have to have Cry the Carnarium, or I don't cry, just concede the game. I mean, not concede the game, but like, mostly cry. Alright, I'm crying. It's springtime. It's not really springtime. It's very dark outside. I had to turn on the light because how dark it is. So it's definitely not spring. Definitely not spring. It's winter, right? Winter for like 3 days, 4 days. How does it work? Today in Italy, it's the Dad Day. It's the dads. I don't know to say, like, you know, family. I don't know, just Dad Day, just the festival of dads. Father's Day. There it is. Yeah, that's how. Crying we cry. Yeah. Father's Day. So as long as my father's gonna come back home, I'm gonna say, hey, happy Father's Day, and that's gonna be it, probably. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna head to. My opponent just really, I don't know, just so attached to the search for Ascanta. I mean, I have to play my Tribunal because I've really nothing else to do. I mean, I can't attack for 3, but like, when does it just play this? Do they have 2 cards, and then do they have an absorb? They do. So they're flipped their search for Ascanta, which is it's pretty bad because like they didn't have an at the Fairy, and that was one of the few ways that you can beat them is usually with that. Also, we have no creatures in our graveyard because I mean this, but we can't reanimate it because the cry not only makes us cry but also exile a creature. We're about getting breakfast. All right, Mishraha, we'll wait for you. We'll stay just still like this. We're not gonna do anything. Alright, Venerate the Loxodon, another uncastable spell. It was very hard to draw an uncastable spell at this point. I think we got there. I'm also gonna just cut this island. I think that I just needed one game where, you know, that didn't work. I'm gonna just concede this game. I just needed one game where the island wouldn't make me lose, and I think